Are we in the tech right now?
This is the tech.
This is the tech. We're going to talk about the NSA.
NSA, get your tinfoil hats out. Or drinks. Don't start the show without it.
Don't start the show without a drink in your hand. This week, I'm drinking Innocent Gun. Actually, somebody from the comments told me to try this, and it's really good.
You like it?
It tastes like rum.
I am drinking, surprisingly not a woodchuck this time.
Not woodchuck.
It is Samuel Smith's Organic Cider.
From House Tyrell.
It's from the UK, actually. And I like the bottle. It's very interesting. It's got like a tall body and a short neck, and it's quite good. I like it.
The design is really cool.
Yeah, it is. It's quite nifty.
All right, well, on to video games. The episode before QuakeCon, and we asked you guys what games you were looking forward to. So we have a lot of games to talk about in this episode, and we're gonna start off. A lot of people are looking forward to Witcher 3. I've been streaming some Witcher 2 a little bit, and the story's pretty awesome, and the bosses, like, I was getting so mad playing that game.
I think Witcher 3 is one of the most anticipated games of this year. It's just, I hear about it almost like every other day.
Yeah, I need to finish the second one so I can get ready for that one.
I haven't played any of them. I mean, I know about them, and I admire what they are, like the type of game they are. And I would really like to play Witcher 3 when it comes out, but I think I should probably at least play Witcher 2 first, maybe.
I would just playing it. It's a pretty fun game so far. I haven't beaten it. I'm in the second chapter. Another game people are looking forward to is Warlords of Draenor. I haven't played World of Warcraft in forever. I tried playing Mists of Pandaria, but it hasn't been the same since Burning Crusade for me. So moving along, Rise of the Tomb Raider. I streamed that recently, and the story is pretty good. It's a pretty fun game, but it was very linear, which doesn't...
Well, you just streamed Tomb Raider. Just regular Tomb Raider.
Rise
of the Tomb Raider
is the sequel. This one's not out yet. This is the...
Yeah,
but I'm saying I streamed the first one, and it was very linear, but the story was pretty good. The linear didn't bother me too much. I mean, I wish it would have more open world.
I never saw a Tomb Raider game that wasn't linear.
Yeah.
That's just kind of Tomb Raider's thing.
It's almost like Prince of Persia type of game where you have to go through these obstacles.
It's story-driven, so I mean, it makes sense that Tomb Raider games have always been like that. So I'm assuming the next one probably is going to be too.
Well, maybe it'll be a little bit less linear. Like, I don't mind linear games, but I would rather them be a little bit more open to moving to different areas, but...
At least feel more open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another one people are looking forward to is Destiny. Right now it's on all current systems, but I've been reading a lot because I'm looking forward to this game, but it's not on PC yet. There's been nothing confirming PC, but I've read a few articles where the devs are talking about PC and how it's perfectly fit for PC.
Yeah.
So there's a rumor that it might be coming to PC in March, which I hope it does, because I would definitely play it.
The only thing that would make me consider playing that game, besides being on PC, is if it had an FOV slider. Because I watched my friend play it. I couldn't even watch him play it because the FOV was so bad. It must be at least like 40. It's
really?
That bad. It's just, I've never seen...
It's called peasant mode.
I don't really mind FOV that much. I mean, I get, when I play Skyrim, I like get the FOV out and everything. But it's like, if you got your FOV set to something, everybody else has their FOV set to something, then it's... I mean, you're all on equal for terms in terms of
But they have
FOV.
the option to increase it. So it's their own fault that they have a low FOV if they have the option to increase it.
Well, I'm just saying, if nobody has the option, then everybody's on the same equal FOV standard. You know what I mean?
But you know how many FPSs that are competitive that have FOV options?
Well, I mean, maybe when it comes to PC, you'll be able to do it. We don't know. It's still
Yeah, because if they don't, then it'll just be such a flop. No one will want to play it. And
I'd still play it.
People, like this one here, who gets motion sickness from low FOV will definitely not be able to play it.
Motion sickness from low FOV? How does that work?
I don't know. It's his brain gets confused and it makes him sick.
Because there's not enough going on or something?
I don't know.
Too. It's like looking.
Really?
It's like looking at a game through a telescope.
Yeah,
you're like looking because it's like
it nauseates them.
That kind of makes sense, I guess.
And I heard somewhere that the default FOV on console is like 65.
Really?
Yeah, and Destiny looks way lower than that. So it's bad. I think, but there might be a console thing, so there's not so much on the screen at once, because the consoles can't actually handle it at like a larger FOV. That's my theory.
All right, another game that people are looking forward to is Borderlands, the prequel. Right now,
A pre-sequel.
the pre-sequel. Sorry, I've read it together. Anyway, there's 4 classes for that, and it's the Gladiator, Enforcer, Lawbringer, and Frag Trap. There's no information on Frag Trap yet, but it looks like it's going to be the Claptrap character from the first one or the second one. You'll be able to play him.
The word frag trap makes me think of like a MacGyver type
It does
class. Like he's setting traps everywhere, and they're
Just, like,
he's getting
creating
kills,
things.
aka frags. And
Yeah, I mean, I can see that. Just walk around picking things up and making random things and throwing them at the enemy.
yeah, it's a frag trap.
All right. Another game people are looking forward to is Star Wars Battlefront. We've talked about that enough. You want to talk about Star Citizen?
Oh, yeah, Star Citizen. I mean, do I really need to talk about Star
I
Citizen?
don't know. A lot of people were. That was one of the highest comments.
Yeah, well, everyone wants Star Citizen, but everyone knows about Star Citizen, so I mean, it's
True.
not like I have to tell them what it is. I mean, it's Star Citizen. I want it, you want it, everyone wants it.
Even I want it.
It's, I think it's still estimated to come out at the end of 2015.
End of 2015 is so long from now.
Yeah. Well, the more money they get, the more they can put into it, thus it's taking longer.
I don't even plan for tomorrow.
Stop donating, you're prolonging the game.
Stop donating your prolong. I don't know if that's what people want to do. So a game I'm looking forward to is StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. The Protoss has always been one of my favorite races in that game. I don't know how to speak today.
I heard that's what noobs play.
It's like all Protoss players. Guess I shouldn't be surprised. You guys look like a bunch of noobs.
It's my favorite. I'm a noob.
I mean, I never play StarCraft, but I heard that's like what noobs play.
Well, even in StarCraft 1, I always played Protoss, and in StarCraft 2, I just moved with Protoss.
You're just biased.
Yeah.
I would go Zerg because I play Tyranid and Warcraft and Warhammer.
I don't like Zerg, because I don't like bugs, and they all look like little bugs, and I just want to squash them.
They're aliens.
Yeah,
But they rip off of Tyranid. But anyway, continue.
No, they also everything rips off of each other. It's the Flood as well. I'm looking forward to that game because it's the Protoss campaign. There's been 2 expansions. There's set of 3, and this is going to be the Protoss one.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Game I'm looking forward to, which you can actually see right here in the background.
Who's this guy?
This is Shift, or also known as Nerdgasm TV, not to be confused with the other Nerdgasm. Anyway.
What?
Oh. Yeah.
I get it.
It's the original.
This game he's playing Elite Dangerous, which is awesome. Elite is, I think, like the original space flight sim game, like in the 80s.
Yeah.
I don't really know too much about it, but
I never played it.
the same people who made this game they're like the original developers of space flight sims, which is pretty intense. And it's an MMO, but think everyone wants Eve, but first person, right? I wouldn't say it's as in-depth as Eve in the terms of like spreadsheets. It's a space simulator. You're in
Look,
space.
Darth Maul's playing now.
Yeah. And now he's Darth Maul, as you can see. But anyway, it's just awesome. Look into it. It's currently in standard beta, I think they're calling it.
Yeah, it just got into standard beta.
Yeah, and it's completely crowdfunded. The only way to get into beta is to buy your way into it. I think you can sign up too, but the chances of that are like...
Yeah, but the price has dropped a lot. It
Yeah.
used to be 150, now it's 75 to get in,
Mm-hmm.
and they've added a bunch. They did a huge patch, and they've added a bunch of new features as well with the standard beta.
Yeah. So right now it's 75, but the base game price is going to be 50, so it's
Yeah.
actually not that much of a difference.
It's-
And he's already gotten his money's worth. He's been in since the beginning.
I don't think I've seen anybody play this game as much as this guy.
He's really into it. He's got like the whole setup with the joystick and the
Oh, I saw.
throttle
Yeah,
and
I saw the setup. He's just
the
like
crazy
flying a real
lights
spaceship.
everywhere.
Look at him. He's actually flying a spaceship. I don't know if you can see it on the screen, but he's in the cockpit.
He's actually in that ship.
There's a bunch of indie games I'm looking forward to. Below, Super Time Force, Hyperlight Drifter, and Chasm. There's a lot of good indie games coming up. I just don't know. There's no release dates for any of these, so it's kind of...
They're all just up in the air.
but I'm waiting.
That's how indie games are. They're
Yeah.
just kind of floating around there.
Just looking at them in their bubbles. I don't know what I was doing.
What's that beer, man?
I don't know. It's the coffee.
Anyway, another game I'm looking forward to is called Kingdom Come Deliverance. I think this game looks really cool. I've had my eye on it for a long time. It was a successful Kickstarter. Their goal was 300,000 and they blew it out of the water with 1.1 million. And it's a realistic single-player RPG set in medieval Europe, which, awesome, right? Open world sandbox, interactive crafting. This is something I've wanted in games for I don't even know how many years. Is you'll enter like you'll enter like a crafting animation, right? And your character's just doing it. It's like, dude, I want to do it. I want to, sharpen my sword. I want to skin that animal. You just make it like a mini game out of it. But so many games, they just do it like this animation and it just happens. Like, I feel like it could be so much more to it. And it looks like it's going to have some interactive crafting. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, I watched the Kickstarter video not too long ago, and it looks awesome. It's very realistic. The fight system seems incredibly intuitive and realistic.
All indie games are 8-bit side-scrollers, obviously.
I mean, yeah, this one did kind of look 8-bit.
Yeah, the kind of side-scroller, yeah. And at the end of their trailer, it says, Dungeons and no dragons. So they have
no fantasy.
Yeah, they have an emphasis on no fantasy. Just very realistic, very medieval.
I love medieval settings, and like there's so much fantasy. Everybody tries to put the fantasy in there because people love fantasy, but it's good to see when this doesn't have it as well.
Yeah,
it's like chivalry with a story. Almost.
Yeah, but also sandbox, so you can play it with no story and just do whatever. But I'm sure there will probably be like side quests and stuff. All
right, I'm going to mention a Nintendo game here. Another game I'm really looking forward to is Smash Brothers.
Peasant warning.
Peasant. It's Nintendo. It's Nintendo as a part of the master race.
We can't show any footage during this, so you're not.
What
we can
do is we can like impose it like right here, so it's really small, so they can't find out that we're using it.
Yeah, but even if it's moving, I don't know. Maybe I'll just do like
we'll just
a slideshow.
Put like a little video right here of like the gameplay.
I'll try to put a video.
I'll try to hold the video.
If it's a slideshow right now, that's because I tried the video and the video was.
Anyways,
flagged.
So Smash Brothers, I've loved Smash Brothers since I was a kid. It's one of my favorite games of all time. And in the new one, Pac-Man's gonna be in it. I did not expect that, like ever, for Pac-Man to be in a Smash Brothers game.
I think way back when my friends were really into Smash Brothers and stuff, and I was looking at the characters. I think one of the characters I was wondering why they weren't in there was Pac-Man. I was like,
really?
Where's Pac-Man?
Where's Pac-Man?
Yeah, where's Pac-Man? I mean, because it's just...
I would have never guessed.
Chomp you, dude.
I would have never guessed. It's the only thing that I like is it's the weird Pac-Man with like the arms and the weird face and the pointy eyebrows.
Oh, he has like a body?
Yeah, he's got like legs.
I think it would be way cooler if he was just the head.
If he was just this floating ball that things just
head.
like fly out and punch.
He just has one move and it's just chomp.
Oh really? That'd be interesting.
And then maybe like a pill drops and he eats it, and then like everyone moves really slow, and then
just imagine playing a character and all you can do is like up B, and it's like a giant chomp, and then forward B is.
I think one of the reasons why Pac-Man was like prevalent in my mind is because my dad is a Pac-Man master.
Really?
He's one of those guys you would see in the 80s and 90s going to the arcade, pumping quarters into Pac-Man, getting the highest score, making sure he maintains the highest score, and just no-lifing Pac-Man.
No-lifing Pac-Man.
And my dad is one of those guys. So.
It reminds me of the documentary about Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
Have you seen that, where the guy's like super into...
I think I saw bits of it.
I've watched it. It was kind of interesting and weird at the same time. Moving right along. Another thing that they're adding into Smash Brothers is a bunch of new Fire Emblem. I love Fire Emblem. And they're adding a bunch of more characters from that game in there too. Oh, and yeah, I'm looking forward to Zelda. Moving on.
Toxic. This is brand new, hot off the press.
Hot off the YouTubes.
Hot off the press. The ink is still runny. I say this is the highlight of our episode. It's called Toxic, and it's made by a German indie developer.
Yep.
If you love old school FPSs like Quake and Unreal Tournament, Rise of the Triad, I think you would love this, honestly. I think it looks amazing.
Logan showed it to us right before we started, and I was watching the video and I'm like, this looks like it's so much fun.
Yeah. I think I could really no-life this game. I haven't been competitive in a while, since like CS 1.6, and I would love an old school, but a new old school FPS to come out that I can really get into again, so this might be it. It has no regen, no iron sights, no cover system, no leveling, no classes, no reloading, no bullshit, and no free to play.
No free to play.
And they really emphasize no free to play because they know free to play is just garbage.
Whole screen, no free to play.
Yeah.
Meaning you don't pay to win in this game.
Yeah, it's...
No, but it does look like a lot of fun. Just the one trailer, it's very new, so we'll see the development and stuff like that along the way.
Definitely keep my eye on that.
Yeah.
I'm going to add that to my list.
You should. I'm going to add that to my list.
My notepad document on my desktop.
How many games are on that list right now?
Probably about 30.
So Final Fantasy XIV, Realm Reborn, there's now a 2-week free trial for PC only. And you can level up to level 20 to try out the game.
Didn't WoW do like the same thing?
For a while. I mean, they still do it, but this is the first time Final Fantasy's doing it. They've never done it until now.
Seems kind of early. That game didn't come out that long ago. It was like a year ago?
Maybe a year and a half. I don't know.
I think it was last summer.
But yeah, now you can play it 2 weeks free up to level 20, only on PC.
It's pretty
PC
good.
exclusive.
It's pretty good. I played it. The dungeons are weird. I don't know. I didn't really like the dungeons.
I've never played it fully. I played it on one of my friend's computers. Like I played his character for a little bit. I've never actually like made my own character or anything.
Yeah.
But it's Final Fantasy. I like Final Fantasy, so it was fun for a little bit.
So a game that has been talked about a lot, and that a lot of my PC gamer friends want, and I want too.
Me too.
Is No Man's Sky.
Yeah, when I saw the trailer during E3, I was like,
Yeah.
I think you saw it before then, but I didn't know about it until E3.
Yeah, I knew about it for a while because I'm very active in just upcoming games and indie games and all that stuff. So I'm always knowing what's going on. It's just, an addiction, I guess. And
gaming addiction.
But lots of people were kind of distraught at the idea that it wasn't going to be on PC. And I was just looking at it, and I was like, "How is this not going to be on PC? Just look at it. It's a PC game.
There's no way that it wasn't going to be on PC." But
yeah, it has PC written all over it.
But they did say in the article is like it's going to be PlayStation exclusive for a little while, and then it's going to come out on computer. But still, it is going to be coming out.
Which means it's going to be beta tested on PS4, and then when it's out of beta, it's coming on PC.
Yeah, they're going to be our beta testers.
Yeah, just like Grand Theft Auto 5. Thanks for beta testing.
Let's talk about WildStar. I've seen you playing WildStar. Remember you said you didn't want to play it because it looked very, what was that word you used? Theme parky.
Yeah, theme park.
And
standard.
You've actually been playing it a lot now, so why have you been playing that?
I've been playing it. Well, I decided to give it another try because I know it changed a lot since beta. You know, obviously just like any other game, changes a lot since beta. So I figured I'd give it a try. And I noticed that the combat feels a lot smoother.
Yeah.
Which combat matters to me a lot, especially during the leveling process, because that's what you're doing. So it needs to be fun. Yeah. So it feels a lot better. It's much more engaging and interesting and less, I'm going to fall asleep type thing. And the UI is way more improved, much more sleek, better to look at, really. I was watching this kid do some raids in WildStar. I think this is what really got me to download.
Yeah, raiding has always been one of my favorite things about MMOs. I've always loved raiding. It just takes up so much time.
Yeah, it's like, how am I going to raid with a new puppy? But I want to anyway. Yeah. And I was watching him do raids, and I watched like 3 different raids, and I was just like, man, these raids look so good. The raids look amazing. And
really?
So the main reason
you're making me want to play it.
I want to get to max level and I want to raid. That's like my number one thing right now. I'm only I'm not even a high level. I think I'm like level 20 or something.
Level 20? I got to level maybe 6 or 7
during the beta. I got to like level 35, but I couldn't play it anymore because the things I didn't like about it are much more improved now. So I'm able to enjoy it more.
Well, somebody gave me a trial version when they bought the game, and I was trying to play it and stream it and stuff, but I was having issues with my overclock at the time, so my computer kept blue screening every time I tried to play it. So I never actually got to play it.
Your computer was blue screening constantly. You'd be AFK or something.
Yeah, so I didn't actually get to play it. I would like to try to play it again, but I think I've used my free trial.
But yeah, so I've been playing WildStar, and I have no idea what server I'm on, so don't ask in the comments because I don't remember. Just putting that out there.
I don't know either, so don't ask. I won't answer. I
was watching their stream, and they said that they were having a contest. You send them a tweet, and they'll pick one. And
you tweeted them?
I tweeted them. I didn't think I was going to win because there were like 4,000 people watching at the minimum. And they're like, "Oh, we'll pick one, and we'll send them swag," is what they said. They'll send them swag.
Are you Team Frost? Are you Team Tony?
Send swag.
And they picked my tweet for Team Frost, and they sent me this.
It's a cool shirt.
Yeah. It's actually the same brand that we use for our shirts.
Yeah.
Next Level. It's pretty interesting. I like
Nice.
that. But yeah, this is like, I won this.
Yeah, I saw you tweet that you won. I was like, hey, you won something?
Yeah. I won out of thousands of people. So I thought that was pretty cool. And they sent me a little like sheep head keychain.
So we have started a Castles and Crusade game. Those of you that don't know what that is, it's basically Dungeons and Dragons, but simplified.
I wouldn't say simplified because it's not necessarily simple in comparison.
Yeah.
It's just more bare bones. You know,
Yeah.
like a good way to describe it is that it's D&D just stripped down. It's like a naked D&D, pretty much.
It's been fun so far. Logan's been doing a very good job as the Dungeon Master, or the Castle, what's it called?
Castle Keeper.
Castle Keeper in this
We
one.
call him Dungeon Master because
Yeah.
Castle Keeper just sounds stupid.
Yeah, Dungeon Master sounds way better.
Yeah, it is.
But he's doing a very good job because the way he does it is he creates this whole world, and it's not like linear. We don't have to go a certain way that he set for us. He lets us make all the decisions, and he creates the story based on our decisions, which is really awesome.
Yeah, he uses like a generator. He sits at a laptop and he generates a lot of the dungeons and NPCs and the names and stuff, and he rolls for the other characters. It's awesome. And he doesn't even know what's gonna happen. You know,
Yeah.
like something will happen and we'll see him have a reaction. And we're like, oh no, what's happening? But
We'll
yeah.
see him roll the dice, and every time I see him roll the dice, I'm like, oh god, no, what's gonna happen?
Yeah.
It's funny because every time we've played this, I've either rolled a 1 or a 20, and I'm either knocking people out.
Last night was crazy. There were so many
Yeah.
1s and 20s last night. It was amazing.
I either rolled like I said, I've been rolling nothing but 1s and 20s, and the very first time we got in a fight last night, I'm an elf monk, so this guy comes up and he swings and misses me right above my head, and I get a 20, so I literally turned around and punched this guy and just knocked him out for 4 turns because I used a stun attack.
Stabbed a dude through his throat and out the back of his head.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome. And then I
And
looted
the week before that, I decapitated someone.
with your hands.
Then with a dagger.
Why we're telling you about this is we're actually thinking about streaming our play sessions. So we want to know how many people would be interested in watching us play if we were to set up a stream of our campaign.
Yeah. You want to watch us play Castles in Crusade? We've been having a lot of fun. It's very interesting.
And we do drink a lot, those of you who like the inebriated WASD.
The aftermath, there's just bottles everywhere. It's a lot of fun. So
were
let us know
sharing.
if you'd like to watch that. Because, I mean, we will stream it.
We have a lot of fun playing, and we would have even more fun if you guys were watching, I think.
I think it'd be fun for us to go and watch the past broadcast
Yeah.
too. Just because
We'll see.
hilarity shall ensue. So, I came across something. I'm subscribed to CCP Games on YouTube, and this thing popped up in my subscriptions box about an EVE Online comic book. And apparently, the stories in the comic book are things that actually happened in the game amongst the players and stuff. Like, you know, the major events that you hear about.
So the storyline.
Yeah, supposedly, I guess, yeah. Just actual events that happened in the game.
But would that mean that if you read this, you wouldn't need to play the storyline in the game? Or is
Well,
this
it's not,
like
no,
kind of like
EVE
a
is a
side?
sandbox. There's no
Okay.
storyline. It's just like the events that happen amongst players and guilds and all the craziness. You always
Oh,
hear about
okay.
all these epic events happening in EVE.
So
But
they're just kind of
that's
taking
all
those
player
stories
generated.
and making comics out of them.
Yeah, all the events that were player generated, they're taking that and putting it in a comic book. It's also, I guess, a good way to, if you're curious about the things that have happened in EVE that you've just heard about and you want to know more about it, that would be a good way to know.
I don't know anything about Eve, so it's all you.
It's very unique. That's never been done with any other game that I know of. You know, it's all player-generated content, and they're taking it and putting it in a comic book. I think it's interesting. It's cool. There'll be a link for it.
Yeah.
You can watch the video.
And you put another link in here. Razer Xbox 350 degrees? What?
Yeah, Razer. They had a type. I don't know. Was it a typo? Because I mean, it said Xbox 350, and it looked like it had a little like degrees.
It did. It said 350 degrees.
350 degrees. Are they preheating it?
Maybe, or they're trying to cook a Xbox pizza, or
Maybe that has to do with that they all overheat in Red Ring.
maybe that's what you have to set the oven to when you're cooking your Xbox to fix it.
Yeah, when you're trying to.
I've literally looked at this screen the whole
Reflow the
video
solder.
and not at the lens.
I wanted to look at the screen, but I've been looking at the lens.
I can't control myself. I just have to make sure I'm in frame and what I'm
You're just
my
out of
hand,
control.
My hand is look at because it's a wide lens, so look how big my hand looks, and I'm barely even close to the lens. I look
They
like
make my arms look really long.
I look like a monster. It's like
Alright, anyway.
okay, but yeah,
here.
350 degrees. Like What?
So was that a typo or was it intentional?
I think it was
don't know.
intentional.
It looks silly regardless.
Yeah.
So I put it out of it. You shouldn't even
It's
be.
Razer.
You shouldn't even be going to their website.
It's Razer. What do you expect?
Don't go to their website.
We want to know, in video games, in the stories of video games, what has made you have those feels of emotionalness?
What he's trying to say is, has there been a moment in gaming that has made you feel emotional, where it could be a character dying in the story,
Aries.
or an event? How did I know you were gonna say that? Or an event that happened like online with other players. Like, was your guild? Did your guild do a world first? You know, and that made you feel very emotional, or just anything? Does something that happened, a moment in gaming that made you have a very strong emotion?
Yeah.
It could be anger. It could be sadness. It could
Happiness.
be victory.
Just your best stories of your best memories of video games, probably.
A momentous moment.
A momentous moment.
A momentous moment.
A momentalous moment.
Momentalous.
But yeah, that's our episode, and we'll see you guys next time.
Cheers.
That was really loud this time.
You had a drink. It's disrespectful.
Oh,
you know.
that's right. Cut it out.
Oh, I didn't talk about the show.
Oh, you can talk about it now, after the credits. What is that? What are you doing? Are you dead?
I'm dead. This is my death blanket.
She's in the morgue, or Wild Star. F this heat. I'm wearing a jacket. Why am I wearing a jacket right now? Why? Can you answer this for me?
Because you're insecure.
Anyway, more people.
It's like a fly just flew into your mouth or something.
It did.
And
It did.
A fly flew in your mouth.
A fly-
Trying to beatbox.